Hello students. So today we will begin with the fifth chapter, that is transportation problem. So this is a very interesting chapter and as well as a easy chapter. So first let us understand the concept of transportation problem and why it is used. So transportation problem, it is a problem that is concerned of transportation of goods from different origins to various destinations. So here origins can be some factories or warehouses and destinations can be dealers or customers who want to buy. So there's one simple example given for a better understanding. So suppose a firm has two cement factories, one at Tumkur and other one at Bagalkot. Suppose it has three dealers, one each at Bangalore, Hubli, and Belgaum. From the two factories, the firm has to supply goods to the three dealers. The cost of transportation to Bangalore is lesser from Tumkur than from Bagalkot, and so to Bangalore it is better to transport the cement from Tumkur. Similarly, the cost of transportation to Belgaum is lesser from Bagalkot than from Tumkur, and so to Belgaum it is better to transport cement from Bagalkot. So anyhow, the decisions depend on availability of goods in factories, requirement of goods at the dealers, and transportation cost. So in this kind of situation, transportation model is formulated. Here a solution is found such that the total cost of transportation is minimum. So in this example they are trying to say that there is two cement factories, one is at Tumkur and one is at Bagalkot. So near Tumkur, which and they have three dealers, one is Bangalore, other one is Hubli, and other one is Belgaum. So Bangalore is very near to Tumkur and Hubli and Belgaum is near to Bagalkot compared to Tumkur, right? And suppose there is a need in this place, that is in Bangalore there is a need of cement, then these two firms, cement factories, have to supply cement to this particular dealer. So the cement can come from Tumkur as well as from Bagalkot, but you have to see by which firm you get a less transportation cost. Because the distance is near between Tumkur and Bangalore, sending cement from Tumkur factory, then obviously the transportation cost will be less. If you are sending from Bagalkot, the distance is too much, therefore it requires more amount to transport. So the convenient way would be to send from Tumkur. Similarly, if you want to send some cement to Belgaum, then it is better to get it from the Bagalkot branch because the distance is near, the transportation cost will be less compared to Tumkur. So the main objective of this chapter is to find out a solution, that is an optimal solution wherein the total cost of transportation is minimum. Similarly, suppose there is a hotel which has many branches, and if you want to order from online, that is if you want a home delivery, then that hotel sends the parcel from the branch whichever is near to your location. So they see which has the minimum transportation cost. So let us see what is a transportation problem. Let there be m origins, say O1, O2 up to OM, where A1, A2, AM units of goods are available. So there are m factories where there are A1, A2 up to AM goods are available, and then let there be n destinations, D1, D2 up till Dn, where B1, B2 up to so on till Bm units of, this should be Bn, so Bn units of goods are required. Now let us take Cij, where I runs from 1 to m and j runs from 1 to n, be the cost of transporting 1 unit of goods from Oi to the destination Dj. So now we can formulate this transportation problem in a tabular form. In the left side you have to take the origin, that is from where you're going to send the goods, and in the above top we are going to write the destination. So origins are from O1 to OM, destinations are from D1 to DN, and what is the requirement, that is B1 B2 up to so on till Bn, and what is the availability in this particular origin, it is A1 A2, and what is the requirement in the particular destinations you have to write below, and therefore we have to see summation ai equal to summation bj. So this is a general form of transportation problem. Now this C11, C12, C1, all these values are the cost of transporting from O1 to D1. So that cost is C11. From origin 1 to destination 2, the cost is C12, so on. So this table will be used to formulate a given problem. So we will see that in the next classes when we solve the problems. Now let xij, where I runs from 1 to m, j runs from 1 to n, be the number of units of goods transported from origin oi to destination dj. Then the total cost of transportation is given by capital Z is equal to summation I runs from 1 to m, another summation j runs from 1 to n, Cij into Xij, where Cij is the cost of transporting of 1 unit of goods to from origin to the destination. Also summation Xij, where I runs from 1 to m, is equal to Bj for j is equal to 1 to n, and summation Xij, where j runs from 1 to n, is equal to ai for I runs from 1 to m. And remember Xij is always greater than 0 for the ranges of I and j. Here we find the values Xij by minimizing the objective function z subject to constraints 2 and 3. So this equation 2 and 3 are your constraints, that is Xij should be greater than 0, and these two equations are your constraints. So with this constraints we try to reduce the transportation cost. So this is the general transportation problem. You understand this concept better when we solve the problems, but remember this general concept. So a transportation problem in which summation ai is equal to summation bj, where I runs from 1 to m and j runs from 1 to n, we say that it is a balanced transportation problem. That is when the availability and the requirement are equal, that is total availability and total requirement are equal, then we say the given transportation problem to be balanced transportation problem. And if summation ai is not equal to summation bj, then we say that it is an unbalanced transportation problem. If the total availability is not equal to the total requirement, then we say that transportation problem to be unbalanced. Now we had seen one problem. Now let us see how to formulate it, tabulate it actually. So there was two origins, one is from Tumkur and Bagalkot, where the servants were delivered to the dealers. There were three dealers, one is in Bangalore, Hubli and Belgaum. So suppose in Tumkur the production is 150 tons and in Bagalkot the production is 250 tons, and in Bangalore they require 250 tons, Hubli requires 50 tons and Belgaum requires 100 tons. And when you add 150 plus 250 you get 400, and 250 plus 50 is 300, 300 plus 100 is 400. So you can see here this is summation ai equal to summation bj. You are adding all the b values, you get 400, you are adding all the a values, you get 400. Therefore we can say this problem is a balanced transportation problem. The solution of this we will see later, but this is how you generally formulate a transportation problem. And here the cost C11 is the cost of each unit, each ton from Tumkur to Bangalore is 20 rupees. Similarly, this is 25, 40 and so on. So the explanation is given, and how to find out the cost is also given in this problem. Let me quickly explain. So this is AI, this is BJ. In this, whichever is the lowest term, you have to write it in a box. So here 150 is the lowest term, so write it in a box. So this whole production is completed, so you are sending it to Bangalore. Now in 250 you have already, the requirement is done. So what is the balance requirement? It is 100 rupees, right? So here you get 100. Now this whole row goes. Now you are remaining with Bagalkot, and you have to distribute it to Bangalore, Hubli and Belgaum. So Bagalkot has production of 250 tons. So in that, whichever is minimum, so here it is 100 is minimum, here 100 is remaining, so allocate it to Bangalore. So from Bagalkot to Bangalore you are sending 100 tons. So how much is remaining in the production? It is 150. So in 150, Hubli needs 50 tons, so you are giving 50, so here 100 remains. Then finally Belgaum gets 100 tons of cement when 100 tons is required. So to get the cost, what you have to do is you have to multiply Xij into Cij and take the total of all. So it is 150 into 20 plus 0 into 25 is 0, 0 into 40 is 0, and this is 100 into 45 plus 50 into 20 into 100 into 25, so on. Therefore the total transportation cost will be 11,000. So this was a general problem. You understand better when we solve problems on this, that will be solving in the next class. So these are the important definitions from this chapter. So the first one is, what is feasible solution? A set of values, say xij, which is greater than or equal to 0, is a feasible solution if summation xij for I runs from 1 to m is equal to bj, for j runs from 1 to n, and summation xij is equal to ai for j runs from 1 to n and I runs from 1 to n. If asked what is feasible solution, then you have to write completely. The next important definition is basic feasible solution, which is abbreviated as BFS. In a M origin, N destination transportation problem, feasible solution Xij is called as basic feasible solution if the solution has M plus N minus 1 or less positive variables, that is all other variables are 0. If a basic feasible solution has exactly M plus N minus 1 positive variables, it is called as non-degenerate solution. On the other hand, if the number of positive variables is less than M plus N minus 1, it is called as degenerate solution. The positive variables of a basic solution are called as basic variables. So in this problem you can see M is 2 and N is 3. So substitute what is the value of M and N and check if it is a positive variable. If the answer comes in positive, that is 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 minus 1 is 4. So we can say that it is a non-degenerate solution. If you get the answer to be negative, then we say that it is a degenerate solution. So in general, we say a basic feasible solution is a solution if it has M plus N minus 1 or less positive variables. So what is a optimal solution? A feasible solution which minimizes the objective function z is equal to double summation Cij into Xij is called as optimal solution. This is our objective function, that is the transportation cost should be the minimum value. So for what feasible solution this objective is achieved is called as optimal solution. Now, solving a transportation problem, it is necessary that it should be balanced. So for a balanced transportation, condition is summation ai is equal to summation bj. Always verify the requirements and the availability should be equal, then it is said as balanced transportation problem. So for a balanced transportation problem, the optimal solution is obtained as follows. One basic feasible solution is identified. It is called as initial basic feasible solution, and that is tested for optimality. If it is optimal, it is the required solution. If it is not optimal, one of the basic variables is removed. So actually this process is not a part of your syllabus. You have only to find out the initial basic feasible solution, but this entire thing is how to solve a transportation problem. And to find an initial solution, you have three methods. One is by using northwest Cornell rule, the next one is matrix minima method or low cost entry method, and the last one is Vogel's approximation method. So in today's class, all you have to remember is what is the meaning and definition of transportation problem, what is the general format of the transportation problem, and what is the balanced transportation problem, unbalanced transportation problem, and all these definitions must be remembered. You understand these definitions better when you solve problems on this, but remember these definitions, it can be asked for 2 marks. And there are 3 methods to find out initial basic feasible solution, that is northwest Cornell rule, matrix minima method, and Vogel's approximation method. In the next class, we will solve problems based on northwest Cornell rule to find out initial basic solution. Thank you.